Nārāyaṇa-kavaca Maharaj Shila Gurudev ki jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmad Shila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmad Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmad Shila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmad Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Maha-Bhagavat Shila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Dashagunath Shad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड मुन गंगा तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Śrīmad-Bhakti Vedanta Nārāyaṇ-Niti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Yam pravrajantam anupetam apeta krityam Tvaipayano viraha katara ajuhava Putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedustang sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi Narayanam namaskrityam narang chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet Shrinvatang swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana Hridantasto yabhadrani vidhunoti suritsatam Nashta prayeshvabhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Tavaivasmi na jivami tvaya vina Iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamam charanantikam Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshay Kshiptashtakamaditaranga madhe Kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna Vrinde namaste charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sorry, I just wanted to keep on forgetting. Alright, so what did we read yesterday? I'm just looking. We read... Okay, so demigods speak to Vishwarup, then Vishwarup teaches Indra the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca. 26. So proud of his material opulence, Indra failed to respect Brihaspati when he arrived in the royal assembly. Brihaspati left silently. Indra immediately realized his mistake and regretted. Indra lamented, "I am very proud. Who would accept kingly opulences that make one proud? To put faith in an ignorant leader who doesn't teach respect for others is like riding a stone boat. I will bow down to Brihaspati without duplicity." Indra, despite searching vigorously, could not find Brihaspati. Then the demons attack the demigods, and they're defeated by the demigods, and so then they approach Brahma. And then Brahma chastises and instructs the demigods. He said, "You have been defeated by the weak demons because you have disrespected your guru. The demons are powerful by worshipping their guru. There is no misfortune for one who respects Brahmins, cows, and the Lord. Accept Vishwarup as your guru, and he will fulfill your desire." And he also gave them a warning that he will be inclined towards the demons, but still you must respect him. Then the demigods, they speak to Vishwarup, and the demigods say, "Oh Vishwarup, please fulfill our desires. We are in the level of your parent..." Oh wait, should we just read from this point on? One second. We read from 26. Okay, yeah, so let's read from 26 on. Okay. So yeah, Brahma says, "Accept Vishwarup as your guru, the son of Tvashta, and a powerful Brahman of great austerity. Pleased by your worship, he will fulfill your desires, provided you tolerate his inclination to the demons." Then, relieved of anxiety, the demigods went to Vishwarup, embraced him, and said, "May there be all good fortune for you. We have come to your ashram as guests. Please try to fulfill our desires according to the time, since we are on the level of your parents. The highest duty of a son, though having sons of his own, is to serve his parents, and what to speak of a son who is a brahmachari. Respecting an acharya one should respect the acharya as the personification of the Vedas. The father as Brahma, the brother as Indra, the mother as planet Earth, sister as Mercy, uninvited guests as Dharma, invited guests as Agni, the god of fire, and all living entities as the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Please mercifully relieve our distress. Please mercifully remove our distress through the strength of your austerities. We have been defeated by enemies. We accept you as our guru because you are a perfect Brahman. You are completely aware of the Supreme Brahman, and by your power, we will easily defeat our enemies. Offering obeisances to a younger person is not condemned if he is advanced in chanting the Vedic mantras." Vishwarup was pleased and replied to the demigods as follows. "I agree for my own benefit. Although priesthood causes the loss of Brahminical power, I cannot refuse your request because I am your disciple and you are the commanders of the universe. Priesthood is a condemned profession. How can I take it up? The true Brahman, who has no material possessions, maintains himself by shilonchana vritti, collecting grains from the field or marketplace. I cannot refuse even a small request from you. I agree to be your priest. I shall fulfill your request by dedicating my life and possessions." Vishwarup teaches Indra the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca. After making this promise, the exalted Vishwarup performs the necessary priestly activities with great enthusiasm and intention. Employing the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca, a protective prayer, Vishwarup took away the opulence of the demons, which had been protected by the knowledge of Shukracharya, and gave it to Indra. Broad-minded Vishwarup taught Indra the secret hymn that protected Indra and conquered the military power of the demons. So now begins the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca shield. Maharaj Parikshit inquired about the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca, which protected Indra and enabled him to conquer his enemies and enjoy the three worlds. Shukadev Goswami narrates the explanation as given by Vishwarup to Indra. Then we went through the preliminary procedures. I'm not going to read that all. Washing the hands and feet, perform Achman, put on Kush grass ring, and face north, perform Anganyas and Karanas, remain silent and purified. Then, in times of fear, one should put on the Narayan armor. Place one syllable of this mantra on each of the following limbs in order: the feet, knees, thighs, belly, heart, chest, mouth, and head. Repeat the above process with the other limbs in reverse order and the syllables in reverse order. Then, anyways, so we went through all that. And then, the last one was, after this, one should think himself qualitatively one with the Lord, who is full in 6 opulences and worthy of meditation. Then one should chant the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca made of knowledge, power, and austerity. Note, thinking oneself one with the Supreme is called ahangrahopasana. Ahangrahopasana. Through ahangrahopasana, one does not become God, but thinks oneself qualitatively one with Him, just as the water of a river is of the same nature as the water of the sea. So just like Krishna is Satchidananda, we are also made up of the same substance. We are also Satchidananda, our souls. So, like that. Now, protection by various forms of the Lord. Okay, so now we're beginning the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca. Where is the thing? Oh, I never went to see who is all here. Dandavat Pranams Gargaraji, Ganga Didi, and Champak Didi, and Rup Manjari. I don't know who's watching on the Gaudiya Kirtan live page, but Haribol. Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, and Madhavi Didi. Dandavat Pranams, also Dandavat Pranams Indira Mataji, who will be watching in the future, and probably Raseshwari Mataji also. Dandavat Pranams. Where is... Okay. So we're in verse 12. Okay, so now beginning the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca. Om Harir Vidadhyan Mama Sarva Raksham Nyastangri Parma Patagendra Prishte Tarari Charmasi Gadeshu Chapa Pashandadhanoshta Gunoshta Bahu. The Supreme Lord, who sits on the back of the bird Garuda, touching him with his lotus feet, holds 8 weapons: the conch shell, disc, shield, sword, club, arrows, bow and ropes. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead protect me at all times with his 8 arms. He is all-powerful because he fully possesses the 8 mystic powers, Anima, Lagima, etc. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Thinking oneself one with the Supreme is called ahangrahopasana. Though ahangrahopasana one does not become God, but he thinks of himself qualitatively one with the Supreme. We just read this, didn't we, in that thing? Understanding that as a spirit soul, he is equal in quality to the Supreme Soul, the way the water of a river is of the same nature of the water of the sea. One should meditate upon the Supreme Lord as described in this verse, and seek his protection. The living entities are always subordinate to the Supreme. Consequently, their duty is to always seek the mercy of the Lord in order to be protected by him in all circumstances. Jaleshu mam rakshatu matsamurtir Yado ganebhyo varunasya pashat staleshu maya vatu vamano vyat trivikramakhe vatu vishwarupaha. May the Lord, who assumes the body of a great fish, protect me in the water from the fierce animals that are associates of the demigod Varuna. By expanding his illusory energy, the Lord assumed the form of the dwarf Vaman. May Vaman protect me on the land. Since the gigantic form of the Lord, Vishvarup, conquers the three worlds, may he protect me in the sky. Purport. This mantra seeks the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the water, land, and sky, and his incarnations as the fish, Vamandev, and the Vishvarup. So if you're ever flying in an airplane and you're feeling afraid, pray to Vishvarup. Durgeshvata vyaji mukadishu prabhu payan nrsingo surayutta parihi umanchato yasya mahattahasam disho vene dur nyapatangscha garbhaha. May Lord Nrsingadev, who appeared as the enemy of Hiranyakashipu, protect me in all directions. His loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wives of the Asuras to have miscarriages. May that Lord be kind enough to protect me in difficult places like the forest and battlefront. Rakshatvaso madvani yagyakalpaha sadangshtrayonita dharo varaha Ramo dikuteshvata vipravase sa lakshmano vyad paratankrajosman. The supreme indestructible Lord is ascertained through the performance of ritualistic sacrifices and is therefore known as Yageshwar. In his incarnation as Lord Bor, Lord Varaha, he raised the planet Earth from the water at the bottom of the universe and kept it on his pointed tusks. May that Lord protect me from the rogues on the street. May Parshuram protect me on the tops of mountains. And may the elder brother of Bharat, Lord Ramachandra, along with his brother Lakshman, protect me in foreign countries. Purport. There are three Rams. One Ram is Parshuram, Jamadagnya. Another Ram is Lord Ramachandra, and a third Ram is Lord Balaram. In this verse, the words Ramadrikuteshvata indicate Lord Parshuram. The brother of Bharat Maharaj and Lakshman is Lord Ramachandra. Mam ugra dharmad akilat pramadan Nārāyaṇa patu narashchahasat datas swayogar atayoganatha payar gunesha kapila karma bandhat. May Lord Narayan protect me from unnecessarily following false religious systems and falling from my duties due to madness. Lord Narayan, that's an important one. May the Lord, in his appearance as Nara, protect me from unnecessary pride. Also, I'm going to pray to Narayan. We pray to Narayan every day before we read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. May Lord Dattat, right? Narayanam namaskritam narang chaiva narottamam. May Lord Dattatreya, the master of all mystic power, protect me from falling while performing bhakti yoga. And may Lord Kapila, the master of all good qualities, protect me from the material bondage of fruitive activities. Oh, I like this one. It's verse 16. Sunat Kumaro Vatukama Devad Dhaya Shirsha Mam Pati Deva Helanat Devar Shivarya Purusharchanantarat Kurmo Harir Mam Nirayad Asheshat. May Sanat Kumar protect me from lusty desires. As I begin some auspicious activity, may Lord Hayagriva protect me from being an offender by neglecting to offer respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord. May Devarshi Narad protect me from committing offenses and worshipping the deity. And may Lord Kurma, the tortoise, protect me from falling into the unlimited hellish planets. Okay, so if I'm being, if I'm feeling lusty, pray to Sanat Kumar. And Lord Hayagriva, protect me from being an offender and neglecting to offer obeisances to the Supreme Lord. Davashi Narad, committing offenses and worshipping the deity. Okay, that's interesting, huh? Purport. Lusty desires are very strong in everyone, and they are the greatest impediment to the discharge of devotional service. Therefore, those who are very much influenced by lusty desires are advised to take shelter of Sanat Kumar, the great brahmachari devotee. Narad Muni, who is the guide for Archan, is the author of the Narad Pancharatra, which prescribes the regulative principles for worshipping the deity. Everyone engaged in deity worship, whether at home or in the temple, should always seek the mercy of Devarshi Narad in order to avoid the 32 offenses while worshipping the deity. These offenses in deity worship are mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. Dhanvantarir Bhagavan Patava Apatyad Dandvar Bhayar Rishabho Nirjitatma Yagyaschalokar Avatar Janantar Balo Ganat Krodha Vashar Ahindraha. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His incarnation as Dhanvantari relieve me from undesirable eatables and protect me from physical illness. May Lord Rishabdev, who conquered his inner and outer senses, protect me from fear produced by the duality of heat and cold. May Yagya protect me from defamation and harm to the populace. And may Lord Balaram, as Shesh, protect me from envious serpents. Purport. To live within this material world, one must face many dangers, as described herein. For example, undesirable food poses a danger to health, and therefore one must give up such food. The Dhanvantari incarnation can protect us in this regard. Since Lord Vishnu is the supersoul of all living entities, if he likes, he can save us from the adibhotic disturbances from other living entities. Lord Balaram is the Shesh incarnation, and therefore he can save us from angry serpents or envious persons, who are always ready to attack. What about Rishabdev from the weather, hot, heat and cold, right? Okay. Anyways, yeah, may Lord Rishabdev protect me from fear produced by the duality of heat and cold. Here Srila Prabhupada says, save us from adibhotic disturbances from other entities. Interesting. Alright. Vaipayano Bhagavan Aprabodhad Buddhastupashanda Gana Pramadat Kalki Kale Kala Malat Prapatu Dharma Vanayoru Kritavataraha. May the personality of Godhead in His incarnation as Vyasadeva protect me from all kinds of ignorance resulting from the absence of Vedic knowledge. May Lord Buddhadev protect me from activities opposed to Vedic principles and from laziness that causes one to madly forget the Vedic principles of knowledge and ritualistic action. May Kalki Dev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appeared as an incarnation to protect the religious principles, protect me from the dirt of the age of Kali. Purport. This verse mentions the various incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appear for various purposes. Srila Vyasadeva Mahamuni compiled the Vedic literature for the benefit of all human society. If one wants to be protected from the reactions of ignorance, even in this age of Kali, one may consult the books left by Srila Vyasadeva, the Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Brahma Sutra, Mahabharata, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Mahapuran, Vyasadev's commentary on the Brahma Sutra, and the other 17 Puranas. Only by the mercy of Srila Vyasadeva do we have so many volumes of transcendental knowledge to save us from the clutches of ignorance. As described by Srila Jayadev Goswami in his Dash Avatar Stotra, Lord Buddha apparently decried the Vedic knowledge. Nindasya gyavideraha shruti jatam Sadaya hridaya darshita pashughatam Keshavadrita bodha sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. The mission of Lord Buddha was to save people from the abominable activity of animal killing and to save the poor animals from being unnecessarily killed. When Pashandis were cheating by killing animals on the plea of sacrificing them in Vedic yagyas, the Lord said, "If the Vedic injunctions allow animal killing, I do not accept the Vedic principles." Thus, he actually saved people who acted according to Vedic principles. One should therefore surrender to Lord Buddha so that he can help one avoid misusing the injunction of the Vedas. The Kalki avatar is the fierce incarnation who vanquishes the class of atheists born in the age of Kali. Now, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, many irreligious principles are in effect, and as Kali Yuga advances, many pseudo-religious principles will be certainly introduced. And people will forget the real religious principles enunciated by Lord Krishna before the beginning of Kali Yuga, namely the principles of surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Unfortunately, because of Kali Yuga, foolish people do not surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. Even most people who claim to belong to the Vedic system of religion are actually opposed to the Vedic principles. Every day they manufacture a new type of dharma on the plea that whatever one manufactures is also a path of liberation. Atheistic men generally say, "Jata mata tata pata." According to this view, yata mata, whatever whatever view, whatever ideology is, tata pata is that path. So basically, it's saying all different forms of religion, all different whatever, is leading onto the same path. According to this view, there are hundreds and thousands of different opinions. Mata means opinion, actually, in human society, and each opinion is a valid religious principle. This philosophy of rascals has killed the religious principles mentioned in the Vedas, and such philosophies will become increasingly influential as Kali Yuga progresses. In the last stage of Kali Yuga, Kalki Dev, the fierce incarnation of Keshav, will descend and kill all the atheists and will save only the devotees of the Lord. Mam Keshavo Gadaya Prataravyar Govinda Asangavamat Attavenu Nārāyaṇa Prahna Udatta Shaktir Madhyandine Vishnur Arindrapanihi. May Lord Keshav protect me with his club in the first portion of the day, and may Govinda, who is always engaged in playing his flute, protect me in the second portion of the day. May Lord Narayan, who is equipped with all potencies, protect me in the third part of the day. And may Lord Vishnu, who carries a disc to kill his enemies, protect me in the fourth part of the day. Purport. According to Vedic astronomical calculations, day and night are each divided into 30 gatikas, 24 minutes, instead of 12 hours. Generally, each day of each night is divided into 6 parts consisting of 5 gatikas. In each of these portions of the day and night, the Lord may be addressed for the protection according to different names. Lord Keshav, the proprietor of the holy place of Mathura, is the Lord of the first portion of the day, and Govinda, the Lord of Vrindavan, is the master of the second portion. Devo prahane madhuho gradhanva sayam tridhama vatumadhavo mam doshe rishikesha utardharatre nishita eko vatuparmanabaha. May Lord Madhusudan, who carries a bow very fearful for the demons, protect me during the 5th part of the day. In the evening, may Lord Madhav, appearing as Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, protect me. And in the beginning of the night, may Lord Hrishikesh protect me. At the dead of night, in the 2nd and 3rd parts of night, may Lord Padmanabha alone protect me. Shivatsadhama Pararatra Isha Pratyusha Isho Siddharo Janardana Damodaro Vyad Anusandhyam prabhate Vishveshwaro Bhagavan Kalamurtihi. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who bears the Srivatsa on his chest, protect me after midnight until the sky becomes pinkish. May Lord Janardhan, who carries a sword in his hand, protect me at the end of night during the last 4 Kartikas of night. May Lord Damodar protect me in the early morning, and may Lord Vishveshwar protect me during the junctions of day and night. Chakram Yugantanalatik Manemi Brahmat Samantar Bhagavat Prayuktam Tandagdhari Sainyamashu Kaksham Yatavata Sakho Hutashaha. Set into motion by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and wandering in all the 4 directions, the disk of the Supreme Lord has sharp edges, as destructive as the fire of devastation at the end of the millennium. As a blazing fire burns dry grass to ashes with the assistance of the breeze, may that Sudarshan Chakra burn our enemies to ashes. Gade Shani Sparshana Vispulinge Nishpindyajita Priyasi Kushmanda Vainyaka Yaksharaksho Bhuta Grahams Churnayarin. O club in the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you produce sparks of fire as powerful as thunderbolts, and you are extremely dear to the Lord. I am also his servant. Therefore, kindly help me pound to pieces the evil living beings known as Kushmandas, Vainayakas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhutas, and Grahas. Please pulverize them. Tam yatadhana pramata prita matir pishacha vipra graha ghora drishtin tarendra vedra vaya krishna purito bhima swanore hridayani kampayan. O best of conch shells, O Panchajanya in the hands of the Lord, you are always filled with the breath of Lord Krishna. Therefore, you create a fearful sound vibration that causes trembling in the hearts of enemies like the Rakshasas, Pramata ghosts, Pretas, Matas, Pishachas, and Brahman ghosts with fearful eyes. Tam tigmadhara sivarari sainyam Isha prayukto mama chindi chindhi Chakshungshi charman chata chandra chadaya Dvisham aghonam harapapa chakshusham. O King of sharp-edged swords, you are engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please cut the soldiers of my enemies to pieces. Please cut them to pieces. O shield marked with 100 brilliant moon-like circles, please cover the eyes of the sinful enemies. Pluck out their sinful eyes. Cut them to pieces and pluck out their sinful eyes. Cut them to pieces. Cut them to pieces. Oh my god, that's an intense one. Okay. 1 second, there's a line missing. Yano bhayam grahebhyo, Yano bhayam grahebhyo bhut ketubhyo nribhya evacha sarib sripebhyo tangshri sarisripebhyo tangshtribhyo. Hey, there's a syllable missing. Bhutebhyom hobhya evacha sarvanyetani bhagavan namarupanu kirtanat prayantu sankshayam sadhyo yena shreya pratipakaha. Oh, oops, I said this wrong. Sarisripebhyo tangshtribhyo. Oh, whatever. I think I said it right. Never mind. Alright. May the glorification of the transcendental name, form, qualities, and paraphernalia of the Supreme Personality of Godhead protect us from the influence of bad planets, meteors, envious human beings, serpents, scorpions, and animals like tigers and wolves. May it protect us from ghosts and the material elements like earth, water, fire, and air. And may it also protect us from lightning and our past sins. We are always afraid of these hindrances to our auspicious life. Therefore, may they all be completely destroyed by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. I love how Srila Prabhupada adds in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in there, because I don't think it says that. But it does say Bhagavat Nama Rupa Anukirtanat, by glorifying the transcendental form, name, attributes, and paraphernalia of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kurudo Bhagavan Stotra Stobhyaschando Maya Prabhu Rakshatva Sheshakritrebhyo Vishvaksena Swanamabhi. Lord Garuda, the carrier of Lord Vishnu, is the most worshipable Lord, for he is as powerful as the Supreme Lord himself. He is the personified Vedas and is worshipped by selected verses. May he protect us from all dangerous conditions. And may Lord Vishvaksena, the personality of Godhead, also protect us from all dangers by his holy names. Sarvapadbhyo Harer Nama Rupayana Yudhanina Buddhinindriya Mana Pranam Pantu Parshadabhushanaha. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead's holy names, his transcendental forms, his carriers, and all the weapons decorating him as personal associates protect our intelligence, senses, mind, and life air from all dangers. Purport. There are various associates of the Transcendental Personality of Godhead, and his weapons and carrier are among them. In the spiritual world, nothing is material. The sword, bow, club, disc, and everything decorating the personal body of the Lord are spiritual living force. Therefore, the Lord is called Advaya Gyan, indicating that there is no difference between him and his names, forms, qualities, weapons, and so on. Anything pertaining to him is in the same category of spiritual existence. They are all engaged in the service of the Lord in varieties of spiritual forms. Yatahi Bhagavaneva Vastuta Sad Asach Chayat Satyena Nehana Sarve Yantu Nasham Upadravaha. The subtle and gross cosmic manifestation is material, but nevertheless it is non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he is ultimately the cause of all causes. Cause and effect are factually one, because the cause is present in the effect. Therefore, the Absolute Truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can destroy all our dangers by any of his potent parts. That's a hard one. Yatai katmyanubhavam nanam. Let me try again. Yatai katmyanubhavanam. Oh, whoops, whatever. Vikalpa rahita swayam bhushanayudalingakya datte shakti samayaya tenaiva satyamanena sarvagyo bhagavan hari Patu sarvai swaruparna sada sarvatra sarvagaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the living entities, the material energy, the spiritual energy, and the entire creation are all individual substances. In the ultimate analysis, however, together they constitute the Supreme One, the Personality of Godhead. Therefore, those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge see unity in diversity. For such advanced persons, the Lord's bodily decorations, his name, his fame, his attributes, and forms and the weapons in his hand are manifestations of the strength of his potency. According to their elevated spiritual understanding, the omniscient Lord, who manifests various forms, is present everywhere. May he always protect us everywhere from all calamities. Purport. A person highly elevated in spiritual knowledge knows that nothing exists but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, where Lord Krishna says, Maya tatam idang sarvam, indicating that everything we see is an expansion of his energy. This is confirmed in the Vishnu Puran 122.52. Ekadesha stitasya jyotsna vistarini yata parasya brahmana shaktis tatedam akilam jagat. As a fire, although existing in one place, can expand its light and heat everywhere, so the omnipotent Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although situated in his spiritual abode, expands himself everywhere, in both the material and spiritual worlds by his various energies. Since both cause and effect are the Supreme Lord, there is no difference between the cause and effect. Consequently, the ornaments and weapons of the Lord, being expansions of his spiritual energy, are not different from him. There is no difference between the Lord and his variously presented energies. This is also confirmed in the Padma Puran. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Bhinatan Nama Naminoho. The holy name of the Lord is fully identical with the Lord, not partially. The word Purna means complete. The Lord is omnipotent and omniscient, and similarly, his name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and everything pertaining to him are complete, pure, eternal, and free from material contamination. The prayer to the ornaments and carriers of the Lord is not false, for they are as good as the Lord. Since the Lord is all-pervasive, he exists in everything, and everything exists in him. Therefore, even worship of the Lord's weapons or ornaments has the same potency as worship of the Lord. Mayavadis refuse to accept the form of the Lord, or they say that the form of the Lord is Maya, are false. But one should note very carefully that this is not acceptable. Although the Lord's original form and his impersonal expansion are one, the Lord maintains his form, qualities, and abode eternally. Therefore, this prayer says, Patu sarve swaruper na sada sarvatra samaga. May the Lord, who is all-pervasive in his various forms, protect us everywhere. The Lord is always present everywhere by his name, form, qualities, attributes, and paraphernalia, and they all have equal power to protect the devotees. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam explains this as follows. Ekap eva paror vishnur bhushaheti dvajeshvaha tat shakti pradatvena swayameva vyavastityaha satyenanena mang devam patu sarveshvaro harihi. How many verses are there in this? I'm just curious. 42. Wow. What time is it? We have 10 minutes. Let's see if we can make it. Vidikshu dikshur dvam adha samantar antar bahir bhagavan narasingha prahapayaloka bhayam svanena swatejasa grasta samastate jaha. Prahlad Maharaj loudly chanted the holy name of Lord Nrsingadev. May Lord Nrsingadev, roaring for his devotee Prahlad Maharaj, protect us from all fear of dangers created by stalwart leaders in all directions through poison, weapons, fire, water, fire, air, and so on. May the Lord cover their influence by his own transcendental influence. May Nrsingadev protect us in all directions and in all corners, above, below, within, and without. Maghavani damakyatam varma Nārāyaṇa-kavaca vijeshyasen jasayena dankshito surayuttapan. Vishwarup continued, O Indra, this mystic armor related to Lord Narayan has been described by me to you. By putting on this protective covering, you will certainly be able to conquer the leaders of the demons. Etadharayamanastu yam yam pashyati chakshusha padava sangsprishit sadhya sadvasat savimuchyate. If one employs this armor, whomever he sees with his eyes or touches with his feet is immediately freed from all the above-mentioned dangers. Interesting. It's contagious. Not contagious, what's the word? I don't know. It spreads though. Na kutaschir bhayam tasya vidam dharayato bhavet arajatasya grahadibhyo vyadhyadibhyashchakarhichit. This prayer, Nārāyaṇa-kavaca, constitutes subtle knowledge transcendently connected with Narayan. One who employs this prayer is never disturbed or put into danger by the government, by plunderers, by evil demons, or by any type of disease. Imang vidang pura kashtir koshiko dharayan dija yoga dhara naya sangam jahosa marudhanvani. O King of Heaven, a Brahmin named Koshika formerly used this armor when he purposely gave up his body in the desert by mystic power. Dasya parivimanena gandharva patirekada yayo chitrarata stribhir vrittayatra dvijakshaya. Surrounded by many beautiful women, Chitrata, the king of Gandharva Loka, was once passing in his airplane over the Brahman's body at the spot where the Brahman had died. Kagananya patatsadya savimano hyavakshira savalikilyavachanar astinyadayam vismita prasya prachi sarvaswatyam snatva dhama saman anvagat. Suddenly, Chitratra was forced to fall from the sky head first with his airplane. Struck with wonder, he was ordered by the great sages named the Valikilyas to throw the Brahman's bones into the nearby Saraswati river. He had to do this and battle in the river before returning to his abode. Did I say battle? I meant to say bathe. He had to do this and bathe in the river before returning to his own abode. Shishuka uvacha. I'm just saying. I don't understand this story though. A Brahmin, Koshika, he gave up his body in the desert by mystic power, and then when this king of Gandharva Loka was passing above him, where the Brahmin died, he was forced to fall from the sky head first with an airplane, and was ordered by the Valikilyas to throw the Brahman's bones into the nearby river Saraswati, and had to do this and bathe in the river. Okay, that's just a random story. I don't get the Shishuka uvacha ya idam shrinuyat kale yo dharayati chadrita tang namasyanti bhutani muchyate sarvato bhayat. Shri Shukadev Goswami said, "My dear Maharaj Parikshit, one who employs this armor or hears about it with faith and veneration when afraid because of any conditions in the material world is immediately freed from all dangers and is worshipped by all living entities." Etam vidyam adigato vishwarupachata kratuhu trailokya lakshmim bhuje vinirjitya mride suran. King Indra, who performed 100 sacrifices, received this prayer of protection from Vishwarup. After conquering the demons, he enjoyed all the opulences of the three worlds. Purport. This mystical mantric armor given by Vishwarup to Indra, the king of heaven, acted powerfully, with the effect that Indra was able to conquer the asuras and enjoy the opulence of the three worlds without impediments. In this regard, Madhvacharya points out, Vidya karmani cha sada gurur papta phala prada anyata naiva phalada prasannukta phala prada. One must receive all kinds of mantras from a bona fide spiritual master. Otherwise, the mantras will not be fruitful. This is indicated in Bhagavad Gita 4:34. Tarviri pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. All mantras should be received through the authorized guru, and the disciple must satisfy the guru in all respects after surrendering at his lotus feet. In the Padma Purana it is also said, Sampradaya vihinasye mantraste nishvala mataha. There are 4 sampradayas, or disciplic successions, namely the Brahma Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya, and the Sri Sampradaya, and the Kumara Sampradaya. If one wants to advance in spiritual power, one must receive his mantras from one of these bona fide sampradayas. Otherwise, he will never successfully advance in spiritual life. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 8th chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam entitled the Nārāyaṇa-kavaca Shield. So let's see later on the appearance of the demon Vritrasura. We're going to see about how grateful Indra was to Vishwarup for giving him this armor and helping him defeat all the demons so that he can enjoy his position again. We'll see the gratitude that Indra showed Vishwarup. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Alright, Dandavat pranams everybody. So what's up? Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gantar Vikaki Dhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmad Shila Bhakti Vedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosai Maharaj Shila Gurudev Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmad Shila Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmad Shila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmad Shila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmad Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Maha-Bhagavat Shila Goraksharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhattadash Raghunath Shara Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai Nama Chai Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai Shri Mona Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Samagat Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams. Oh, and Rup Manjari Didi, I don't know if Narad Muni has any pranam mantra. I never heard of it. But yeah, that would be good for when you're doing Archan, wouldn't it? But we do have so many prayers that what is it? What is it called? How did I forget what it's called? There's like 4 prayers that we say after we do any deity worship. God, it's so famous. I even kind of know the verses by heart, but I can't think of it. Anyways, my mind's blank right now. But yeah, that's what we pray. You'll find it in the Archan Dipika. Anyways, alright, Dandavat Pranams, Hari Bol. Yeah, the bone thing was super confusing. Alright, Dandavat Pranams everybody, Hari Bol. Right.